Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of the Damola Experience. And today's video is one that is highly requested, workflow automation roadmap. And for a good reason, right? Because a lot of people actually having interest in this particular topic, this particular niche rather. So it's only right, And but before we start, I want to first, extend gratitude to every single one of you. Honestly, the amount of growth that this channel has experienced in the past week has been nothing short of amazing. I pride myself on being a big dreamer, but I honestly could not have seen this coming. I honestly did not see this coming. And it fills my heart with so much gratitude, with so much joy, with so much love. And honestly, I'm very, very grateful for everyone that is subscribing, that is liking, that is sharing, that is just spreading, the gospel of this channel. My heart goes out to every single one of you. God bless you. God bless you. Yeah, so without of the way, let's start. But I think, why should you listen to me, right? I mean, that's a very big question. That's the fact in the room right now. Why should you listen to me on workflow automation roadmap? Why? And let me first start by saying, yes, I'm not, I do not say I'm the authority on this particular niche, in this particular niche. This is just me sharing my own experiences, what I've learned from my own experiences, and in hopes I help someone, right? And being someone that, I've actually worked with lots of clients on a global scale, clients from different aspects of the world, and having just completed a training where I taught close to 200 people this particular one of the tools we're going to discuss here, anything. And yeah, so I mean, basically, I've worked the what talk I went to, talking about really. And yes, and in the training, there are lots of people that didn't have any technical skills. I think I'll probably just attach some testimonials, somewhere here. So yeah, that is just a brief introduction of overview about me. Yeah, so I'm Damola once again, and I help businesses in building custom AI solutions. I know lately I've also been teaching people about anything. So yeah, let's just get right into the video. AI and workflow automation roadmap. But before then, what is AI? What is workflow automation? And I'm trying to make this very, very beginner friendly, very, very beginner friendly, because I want people to, I mean, that had no idea, zero idea to at least know what they're getting themselves into. So yes, what is AI? AI just simply stands for artificial intelligence, you know, basically. And if you have any, if you, I don't know, if you have any brief introduction or history about AI, you know that all of this started from machine learning. I mean, the essence of AI is okay, how can we make technology to simulate human intelligence, but then we're going to push the limits of that human intelligence. And that's what actually built AI. It's basically simulating human intelligence but pushing it, to the power of times a million, basically. So it's basically a super intelligence. And yeah, I think it's only be fair if I correct some myths. So, some people are like, oh, using AI is going to make you dumb. You should not use AI and this and that. I mean, my rebuttal to that is life is what you make of it. If you say something, basically your reality becomes that thing. So if you say, okay, AI is going to make you dumb, that is a thought you have, and then you start to use AI in that way. I don't know if I'm making sense. Life is basically what you make of it. If you say something, say AI is dumb, that is all you're going to see it as, and then that is how you're going to also use it in a way that makes you dumb. But if you see AI for what it truly is, as a superpower that truly empowers you to do a whole lot of things, that understanding or that knowledge actually liberates you, such that you actually know you're open-minded, you open yourself to the possibilities of what this technology can do for you. Because honestly, to me, AI has literally changed my life in terms of I do not have to like stress myself to do a lot of things again these days. And yes, I do not hand off my thinking to AI. AI helps me I brainstorm with AI. If I want to transcribe things, if I want to prepare like content, there's so much you can do with AI. So I don't think we should contain it to that box of oh it does our thinking. It does not. It's a super intelligence capable of a whole lot of things. I mean, if you truly allow it and be open minded, honestly, there are so many use cases of AI and it's basically going to change your life. Really, really, like there's a whole lot you can do with AI. So what is workflow automation? So I mean, let me just break it down. There's a workflow and you're trying to automate a process. So say you have any business or any area of your life, there's just the way you do things, right? There's a manual way you do things. Let's say, for instance, very common, I use one of my videos. I want to post a content. I want to do it manually. So what would I do? I can either think of what I want to post to, or I can ask ChatGPT, hey, this is what I want to post, give me the particular content. Let's say in particular instance that I think of something, all right? So if I have an idea, I'll probably notice in probably my notes, my notes on my iPhone, or if I want to use a laptop, probably Notion, in database, I'll jot my ideas there or write my content there. And then let's also do like in a calendar where I want to write content for like throughout that whole week. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I have my content ready. So what happens on a Monday when I want to make my content, I'll go and grab that either from my notes or whatever database I've stored that content. So yeah, I'm grabbing that. So I have a database where I'm going to go and grab a particular content, and then I'll log into my X account and then post that content there. So basically that is a workflow, right? Where I'm writing something in the database and a particular time, I go and grab that thing from that database and then post it on the particular social media platform. And again, so what I just explained is the manual process of doing it. Now, but we can create systems in such a way that those systems, they replace those manual processes I just explained, such that it's basically hands off for me. So that system can actually write the content for me. And every day at a particular time of my choosing, the system actually goes to go and grab that particular content and post it on the social media platform of my choosing. So basically what I was explaining is workflow automation, where there's a manual process of doing things, and then you're basically just building systems to replace that manual process. And I tell my students this that okay, whatever you are learning in life, I'm very, very big on the first principles. Whatever you're learning in life, you start learning from the very basic thing. Now, so with this explanation now, I mean it's very powerful if you understand what I've just explained. Because so I mean this of course might come in very handy when you're building projects, right? Now, I mean, I used to get overwhelmed a lot when I mean at the earlier stages because I feel like, oh, I didn't know how to go about things. But again, when you understand, okay, what is workflow automation? There's a manual process involved, and you're just basically building systems to replace that manual process. I'm not saying it is the holy grail, right? But having that understanding at the empirical level just creates this dynamic where you're not really scared of things again. Because you understand that, okay, see, to automate any system you have to first have a solid understanding of the manual processes involved, right? Like it's one has to occur before the other. Because if you rush the process, you find that you are going to have basically a lot of bottlenecks, right? You're going to be stuck, you're going to have to debug a lot, you're going to have like your build workflows that are not practical, that are not efficient, they do not basically solve any real need. Because again, they're starting backwards. So I mean, starting with understanding of what workflow automation is just helps you, right? Now, so I hope we all understand that, right? So, I mean, be that as it means, what are the ground rules? What are the things you should know before you even hop into, okay, what do I want to learn? So, I mean, I just brought out listed some of them here. Now, the first one you can see, is to own your truth. Is to own your truth. And I think, I mean, I'm starting with this for a very good reason. Because I feel like anything in life, it is what you are. Everything that happens in your life flows from who you are as a person. And who you are as a person is the truth of your essence, right? But I mean, life happens to a lot of us that, I mean, probably to societal pressure, societal expectations, our perceived expectations of what we think others expect of us, different life events. We try to dumb down who we are. We try to hide who we are. We try to build this shell around us where, okay, to other people, we project this particular persona to them. But at our core, it doesn't really serve our best interest doesn't serve, who we think we are. So it creates this kind of cognitive dissonance now. Cognitive dissonance is just a scenario where, okay, see, there's this idea of who you think you are, but the what you are doing doesn't fit that idea, right? So there's this imbalance basically. And it creates friction throughout our lives. So you'll be thinking that what does this have to do with workflow automation? But again, everything in life, it starts with you first. It starts with what is the truth of my essence? Like what is it about me? Because again, when in a field, I mean, as you see it, I mean, as you try this video, you see like, many reasons why you have to start with yourself first, right? There's this, it's a field that is actually very competitive, very fast paced. So if you don't even know who you are in the grand scheme of things, if you cannot like, okay, see, this is who I am, this is my identity, you just find out like you're just being pushed around, right? And you don't want that. You don't want that. You don't want to be pushed around. You want to stand your ground. You want to be very confident and sure of yourself. So owning your truth. Let me just give myself, let me be the scapegoat here. For me, moving into tech, because actually I do not have a technical background. I've studied a lot. I'm a medical doctor. I have a medical degree. So moving into tech for me was out of money, out of money. Like that's just the honest truth. I wanted something to give me more because I was not getting enough from this current field I am. So, and again, personally, I do not like to define. I do not allow my limitations to define me. That is just my own personal principle. So I'm like, okay, see, instead of being the victim here, what can I do? So I'm like, okay, maybe tech, right? Then I move to tech. And now some people asking me, I see people online, oh, it's passion to help others. And those are very noble causes too. If that is your own truth, you own it with your chest. But for me, it's not necessarily to help others, right? Mine is I want money. So if it's to help you to get that money, yes, I'm going to help you to get that money. It is my truth, and I'm not ashamed about it because people feel like, oh, you have to like, the fact that something is popular doesn't make it true, right? Life, I mean, there's the objective truth, but life is, for the most part, life is very subjective. So me, I'm all about the money. And, so I mean, if I have to learn something, I learn it very, very well. So that I'm betting, so I'll get paid for it very well. I'll learn that thing, right? So I mean, if I see someone that okay is learning to help others, learning to change the world, learning to do that, learning to do this, again, that is that person's prerogative. Like that is that person's truth. I wouldn't feel intimidated by it. I wouldn't feel oppressed by it. Maybe I mean, again, life is dynamic, right? So yeah, you can be one person today, and in a month's time, I want the next week, I'm another person. So yes, maybe I'll get to a point where I have so much money, and I'm like, okay, with this more money, I can change the world, I can impact the world at a very good level. Yes, when I get to that point too, that will be my own truth then. So again, own your truth. If this you're learning this to make money. Own that. That is why I'm going into this field. So you basically know where you basically have your head on your shoulders, right? Okay, this is what I'm doing. You kind of create this focus, right? But if you lie to yourself, you might when times get tough, when you go and get tough, you just find out that see, you don't have the motivation because you start by lying to yourself. Oh, I'm just doing this to change people's company, to help them. So again, so when time gets tough, you know that intrinsic motivation. Or like, okay, see, I'm doing this because I'm stuck. I'm doing this because I want better for myself. I'm doing this because I want these material things. Yes, to want material things is not something that should be shied up. It's not something that be frowned upon. It is what you want. If you want, I'm doing this because I'll be able to afford this very nice car. That is your own truth. So own up to it. But out of the way, right? So let's move to the second one. So this field is actually very fast paced. Fast paced in the sense that AI is a niche that a lot of things, right? Let's just look at what has happened this year. In this year, we've had Grok 4, we've had GPT-5, we've had series of updates on even these different tools. n8n updates regularly. Initially, if you have tried n8n earlier this year to now, you see that some features, some interfaces have actually changed. So this niche is actually very, very fast paced. So you have to just have that at the back of your mind. Okay, see, this field I'm going into, you can't afford to be, lackadaisical, right? You can't afford to like just relax, have this unmotivated approach to things. You have to stay on top of your game. You have to always do research. You have to always, okay, see what is the current trend and adapt quickly. So if you are someone that cannot adapt or don't know how to adapt quickly, you might not really do well in this niche, right? If there's someone that doesn't love research, because you need to have to be able to do research to know what is actually changing. Now, and one way for me is to actually follow those that I feel like, okay, see, they're way ahead of me, right? So, okay, what are they doing? What is that? What is the current? And I follow, so these tools are actually used. So, I use anything a lot. So, I follow anything so that I can know when they're bringing out the new updates. And I follow, that's one way for me anyway. Again, this is my own experience of things I'm trying to share with you guys. So again, you can just follow people, right? People that you feel like, okay, see, they're ahead of you. So you can just pick on their brain, right? You don't have to, it's like in life, there's something that you don't have to like just start afresh. Don't for someone that is doing it and basically reverse engineer that person's process, right? So you can follow anyone. I don't want to even advertise myself, right? You can just follow anyone that, okay, see, this person is good, let me follow him and just pick his brain, see how he's doing things, see how he's thinking. Basically, yeah, that's it. And again, it ties beautifully to this next point to commit to lifelong learning. Again, things are changing. And yeah, I would think, I mean, this is one of the most important points because you'll find out that in automation, see, or even freelancing generally, right? The amount of things you would have to learn, sometimes it feels overwhelming. Like even till now, I get overwhelmed sometimes because the amount of things you have to learn is just so much. You have to, so there are different parts of it, right? You have to be your, content manager. You have to be your research analyst. You have to be your personal assistant. You have to be your own manager. You have to be the technical person. You also have to be the person that needs to do code outreach. You have to be like, see, there's just so much. And if there's someone like me that says all of these are new to you, right? That means you have to learn all of these things. And I tell people that say the technical skills is actually the easiest part. But people don't really mention that. It's just about building AI agents, building this, connecting workflows, connecting nodes, automating this process and everything like that. But that is actually the easiest part. And I mean, people that have been in the game would know this too, right? Those are the easiest part. The part is okay, see, you've learned the skill. How do you sell yourself? How do you build an online presence? How do you build your brand? How do you communicate effectively? Those are those, soft skills that are actually needed. So you have to just commit to lifelong learning. It's not something you say, okay, see, I want to learn within 3 weeks, and after that 3 weeks, that is what I've learned it, then start making money. That is a lie. You have to love learning, you have to love research, right? So yes. And then now to take the initiative. Now, taking the initiative, okay, I think it ties beautifully to this next point about, okay, it's a very unforgiving field in the sense that, so imagine you've learned AI, you've learned workflow automation. You say you're a AI and workflow automation expert, right? And AI and workflow automation, that is your title. Now, people have an understanding that AI is a super intelligence. So how are you the expert on something that is super intelligence, one of the finest pieces of technology, and you don't know some things, or you don't even know how to like go about finding answers? Like that is wrong. You can't say you're an expert at something that is basically gives you superpowers and not know how to find answers. So people don't like people. It just gives this kind of red flag that what do you mean? Like, yeah, you have to take the initiative. So I'm not saying so right now. There's life exists in balance, right? I am all for asking questions, right? If you are okay, this is the level I'm currently at. I have to ask questions. But at the point where you're not saying you're an expert at something, you just have to like, sometimes take the initiative, know how to like you see, can AI answer this for me? If it can, find out from AI first. If you're now stopping, you don't understand some parts, again, actually, if you don't understand some part, AI can even still help you with that, right? But just in case, we are humans sometimes, probably we're learning, you don't even have to talk to AI yet, so you can then ask others. But make it an habit from now, from watching this video. Make it an habit that every day you talk to a large language model. Large language models are your ChatGPT, your Grok, your Claude AI. Just make it a practice that now that you've seen this video on YouTube, every day you make the habit to talk with your an AI, so that you kind of have a feel of what they can do and except to which they can do it, right? And so I mentioned, to play basically, I'm saying again, you have to learn to play the long game. Now, playing the long game in terms of, see, you have to understand people have different paths. People have different paths, honestly. That's just the truth. Some people will start and then within a week, yes, it can be that crazy. Within 2 weeks, within a month, within 2 months, they are bagging deals. So you can't be deterred by that, right? Because you have to learn, okay, see, it's about putting in, again, I'm doing this, right? Sometimes I do not get the result I seek very fast, but I still feel very proud of myself if I do the task I need to do for that day, right? So whether it's building in public, building a project, doing a YouTube video, even when I'm not seeing immediate results, meaning that, okay, see, although I'm not seeing the results right now, but I'm doing everything I need to do for that particular day to push myself ahead for the future or to position myself better for the future, I honestly do not mind, right? I go, okay, see, I'm doing what I need to do. And again, in that process, I celebrate others, right? If they are closing deals, oh, I celebrate them. I still talk to people because, that is just like, you can't control these things. What you can control is the amount of effort you can put into something. But, every other thing, again, is you can't just control some things in life, right? It's just about to see, this is the work I need to do and then do it. Just do it and then again. And I think life just rewards consistency, right? People that have been consistent at something, more often than not, they get those things they've been trying to get, right? So learn to play the long game, be consistent, don't be deterred, don't be discouraged when you're not getting immediate results. And again, you underestimate the sheer volume of work you need to put in. Honestly, you will think, okay, see, I just need to just learn this thing for 2 weeks and then that is all. It's a lie. It's not all. Like there's just so again, I get overwhelmed sometimes. Like, it is that crazy. It is that like the amount of work you need to put in. It's a whole lot, basically, just a whole lot. And then invest in relationships because you honestly cannot do it alone. Don't I think in movies you see okay, this tech genius, this tech guru in the hoodie, has a headphone, does him on his laptop, doesn't associate with people. it's like that because it's a movie. Like real life, and I don't know about other tech fields, so I don't want to speak on that, right? In automation. But I think generally it more applies to life. You need to invest in relationships. Invest in relationships, right? Because I mean, you just need people like there's even I don't even know how to say it. You need people in automation, right? And so I put here in brackets network laterally first. What that means is when I think of network, right? What most of us, I mean, including me too before, what I see think of okay, see, network is one that is above me, so I can learn from that. But you find out people that are like way ahead of you, they are so like their time is oh my god, like yeah, their time is their schedule is so packed. Like they honestly have sometimes even if they want to help, they don't just have the time. They have a fixed schedule already. And again, they don't kind of sometimes, like okay, see, life, see, there are just some truths about life, right? At when you're at initial stage or something, you don't have a lot of value to offer people. And in life, a lot of things actually exchange of value. Like so people that are like way ahead of you, you feel like okay, see, let's even have the time to actually to check your message, okay, probably this person is not ready. It's just like they might just feel like, oh, see, but when you become something, when you become people that tend to listen to you better, tend to listen to you faster. It's just, I mean, emotions aside, that's just the hard truth of life, right? People that are well established, people listen to them better, right? So, but until then, right, you can network with people in your current niche. Some people in your current circle, yes, rather. So if you know someone that is actually learning also, just oh hey, I'm also learning this. It's better that way because I mean guys are within a particular, particular basically circumference of knowledge, circumference of okay, this is where we both know we are starting this particular field now. And we both know this is what we need to do. Let's basically hold ourselves accountable and try to get this. And the more your value grows, the more you see that networking becomes easier. When you reach out to people, they kind of respond to you back because then okay, they see that you have because life actually rewards motion, right? Life rewards momentum. When people say okay, when people see you have motion, you have momentum, you see you don't have to even reach out to them, start to even reach out to you. Hey, we saw your this, oh, we saw we did this. But that's just life, right? That's just the honest blank truth. So network laterally first. Start with the people around you, people that are easily accessible. Start with them first, and then you can then start like probably network with those like way ahead. So like again, those are like just the ground rules, like what are the basic expectations before you move into automation. Now, so let's go into so now you know those ground rules, you're ready to start. So you see here that I've divided that okay, see there's the technical side of things and then there's the marketing side of things. And you see here that see the technical side is about 40%. Now this is not a verified statistic here. This is just like my own interpretation of things. It can even be as low as 30. Because see in life, right, it's not really about what you know. It's about okay, see, can you sell yourself? How well can you market yourself? Those are things that are really discerning. Because you find out that see a lot of people have these technical skills, they are so good, but no one knows them, no one patronizes them. So you can't just think that okay, see, once I've learned the skill, that is the holy grail, that is the end all be all, that is your smoking gun. No. The technical skills is the easiest part and doesn't really cover like a lot of things. It's just okay, see, you know technical skills, but then what? Right? Yes, you know how to build workflows. Yes, you know how to automate things. Then what? Are people patronizing? Do people know that okay, this is what you do? Do people know how good you are? So learning the skills is actually, the smallest part, is the easiest part. Now, but on the marketing side of things, right? What do you need to know? Basically the umbrella term is how well can you market yourself? So things like confidence. Maybe in this niche, you basically have to learn how to be confident. Because, I mean, you want to bag, I think even in freelancing generally, or even just in any niche, I mean, confidence is just attractive. No, not alone. I mean, it's not even about just intergender relationships. I mean, just generally in life, confidence is very attractive. So again, that's when you see, I started about owning your truth, right? Because when you just know at your core, this is who I am, this is what I'm trying to get, just that naturally, there's just that confidence. Okay, see, you are well rooted in knowledge of who you are. You are well rooted in the essence of your being. So it just projects this natural confidence. You are not even taking bravado. It's just okay. This is who I am. This is what I'm trying to do. And again, and this is what I'm willing to settle and not settle for. And naturally, it just exudes that confidence, which people find attractive, right? Business partners, your peers, they just find that very attractive. And that helps you, in how you post things online, in how you talk about yourself, now you talk about your work, people are attracted when they see it. I think person actually he knows his onions, he knows who he is, she knows who she is, right? So learning confidence. Now I'm building in public. I'm still learning all of this myself too, honestly. I've committed to lifelong learning, so I'm a student of the game forever. In building in public, I cannot hide that this is not very, very necessary, very, very important. So you can't, let me even tell you about again, let me be the scapegoat here, right? So before I started automation, I was not someone that posted at all, right? I'm that person that on WhatsApp, they might just post once a year, they might never post at all. I don't show my face, I don't do anything. It's not because I just had this, let me just be by myself, right? But I learned that okay, see, I'm moving to a new niche and I will need to become who I have not become to get what I have not gotten, right? I need to become who I have never become before so I can get what I have never gotten in my life. So that's why you can see I'm on X, I'm trying to get into LinkedIn, I'm on YouTube, and so the more I master each platform, I can then progress, right? So I'm not yet on Instagram, I'm not yet on TikTok, but I still want to get to those platforms. So you need to learn to build in public. And being in public is not like knowledge based on its own because you have to learn like post things, how you post things. Those kind of things are very, very important, right? They are very, very important to know. So again, you have to learn how to enforce boundaries. And this is very, very important because see, I'm going to meet a whole lot of clients. And some of them will just see some clients are very, very nasty and don't take advantage of you. Especially if you let them know you're a beginner and they'll see and it's not even their fault, right? Because see, in life, you are the one to stand up for yourself. It's your own prerogative to like, okay, see, do things that are in your own best interest. It's not people's job to do that for you. So you meet a lot of people, people that will tell you, oh, it's a simple project and it should be $50. No, it's not simple. It is you that will define. You are the expert that define what is simple and what is not. So don't let anybody gaslight you. Let your no be no, right? Let your no be no. Don't just settle for those low hanging gigs because it's $50. So yes, again, like let me to give proper context, right? Let me use myself as an example again. When I started, my first two gigs were $50, and that $50 I had to share with other people. So I didn't mind them because again, this was my very first project. So unless I just have that, okay, see, I've done a real project. I just want to be project I'm doing or asking ChatGPT to do like to create for me. I wanted to be like, okay, see, I've solved a real business problem. So I honestly didn't even care. But I think after the first two or first three, okay, so my first project was $50 project, then my top project was a $75 project. Not some $5. Like, okay, see, after it's some $5, I was like, yes, I think I'm fine now. I've gotten out of my system. Now let me now start going for like bigger, bigger things. And my first pay was like, I think about $50 again, but I said no. I just said no to that gig, my first project now. So I said my first two were $50. My third was a $75 gig. But that $75 gig, I was like, okay, see, I'm okay. Let me now start going for other big gigs. Now my fourth gig now was now a $50 gig, but I said no to that. Because there's a way you treat yourself that you just know that see you're not if you sell yourself very cheaply, it just kind of rewires your brain to think, okay, see, this is all you are worth, this is all you deserve, which is actually a very, very wrong school of thought. And people should not go around. You shouldn't go around about in life thinking, okay, see, all you deserve just $50, $75 gigs. And the more you continue to accept those gigs, the more you just rewires your brain to think, okay, see, this is all I'm good for, which is not good for you. Especially again, if you want to change your life, you can't change your life with $50 gigs now. You can't change your life with $75 gigs. I don't think it's a country that can change that with $50, right? No matter how cheap that country is, you can't change your life with $50, $75. So learn how to enforce boundaries. I made a post about some is it a month ago where I said, see, I turned down opportunities more than I say more no's than I say yes. I don't know because I'm happy about it. Not because see some things, some projects, working on some projects or accepting some type of deals doesn't serve my best interest, right? It doesn't serve my best interest. If you are rude to me, if you don't respect my time, I'm not going to work with you, right? Although I've told that I love money, but see, there's a way you treat yourself, right? Where you never like who you become when you have that money. I love money, but I have some values that define me, that define how I see myself, that define how I look at myself as a man. So I won't accept some things that doesn't serve in that best interest. Because after the money, what's the essence of the money when I can't look myself in the mirror, right? But so I allow someone just continue to talk badly at me. I allow people to disrespect because I want their money. No, I'm not going to stand up for that. And I'm very, very expressive of that. It has to stop working with you and I give you reasons because of this and of that. I've literally stopped terminating my contract with clients because they didn't my time and it's just consistent like that, right? So I mean, you have to learn to enforce boundaries. It is your own job to look out for yourself. It is your job to do things that are in your own best interest. So you learn to enforce those boundaries and have an extra source of income. So if you are currently in a 9 to 5, please begin a 9 to 5. Even if you start getting gigs, just still keep with them. So because this allows you to enforce boundaries. You can easily say no when you have like an extra source of income. When your source of income is not tied to someone, giving you something, you can easily like, okay, see, I'm not going to settle for this, and that is fine. I'm not going to settle for this because you have an extra source of income. And again, so if you have a 9 to 5, right, and you also pivot to tech, still keep your 9 to 5. Don't rush. Don't be in a hurry to terminate your 9 to 5. Don't be in a hurry to terminate that stable job that's giving you at least money at the end of the month because it helps your confidence. It helps you to say no when there's a need to say no to things, to opportunities that do not really serve you. You can easily say no because you have an extra source of income. And you don't have to market yourself very well. You can build more and more source of income. And the more you do that, in fact, and I believe like you see, the more no you say, is the faster you can get to what you actually want to get to, right? Because if you accept things that do not really serve your best interest, it kind of it slows down your process of getting what you actually want. But the faster you can say no, 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 you are getting one step closer to what you actually really want, right? It might take some time, but I mean, just keep saying, okay, see, this does not work for me. This does not serve my best interest. I'm not doing this. Don't allow yourself to be gaslit. Don't allow anybody gaslight you to say, okay, see, how other people that can work on this? I also just, patronize you. That's why I'm giving you this gift. Respectfully, and again, so I'm very big on respect. Respectfully, say, I understand that, but this is my own price and this is the price I'm willing to work with. I mean, hopefully we can work on the project later that like within our budget frame. Be very respectful. And again, that's what I'm saying here. Be professional, right? Don't be rude to people. Respect people's time. Respect. Be very, very cautious. Be kind. Again, don't be rude. I mean, I do not appreciate rudeness at all. So there's a way to convey your points. There's to convey your displeasure. That again, it's just very professional. So I mean, you have to just have that in mind. You have to be professional. So yes, let's now go to technical skills, right? I mean, what is the roadmap? I mean, all of these actually been the roadmap, right? Like this is a very, very comprehensive roadmap. You're going to know again for absolute beginners where you know each step what you need to do. So now the technical skills, what are the technical skills you need to have? So let's start with the automation tools first. The automation tools that I can see, you want to automate a process, right? Where would you automate that process? Like what are the tools you use to automate those process? So largely, there are three main ones: n8n, make.com, and Zapier. Again, if you don't know what automation tools are, I've defined what automation is, right? It's the process of replacing manual processes with systems that take their place. So that is automation. So the tools that enable us to create those systems, to connect those different things so that things move automatically. The tools are these automation tools. I said that largely there are three of them: n8n, make.com, and Zapier. Now I use n8n a lot. I've never even used, have I? I don't think I've ever used make.com. I've used API once. I'll still eventually learn them anyway. But right now, I've majored, so far as anything at least 99% of my workflows. But API I've used, I think, only once. I don't think I've ever used make.com. Now, to know the differences between them, which one should you use first? I think people usually say anything is the most technical one. But honestly, I belong to the school of thought that says that life is what you make of it, right? If you say anything is the most technical, it will be very technical for you. I can teach anything very easily because I mean I don't believe learning it is easy. So I mean I can, since I know that is how it is, all the actions I produce will be in line with that truth, right? So I mean, but again, people might say it's very technical, but again, to me anyway, it is easy. That is my truth. And now I teach it very easily too. And I mean, my students can back me up on this, right? So, yes, but again, so I mean, you can always check their official page. So if you check anything's X official page, you see where they compared anything to make.com, where they compared anything to Zapier. And I've not checked the make.com or Zapier's official page on X yet, but you can check to just find the comparisons. So you can just know, okay, see, you have a very rich context to work with, so you know which one should actually build with. For me personally, I use anything again. So just do your research on that to know which one. But they all, I mean, some might do what others cannot do yet. But again, just read everything and see which one literally rocks your boat, right? Which one you are more in tune with, and then start with that. And then once you master that, you can then move to the next one. So yes, that's that about the tools. Now, most importantly, there's a need to learn prompt engineering. Now, prompt engineering, I mean, it cannot be overemphasized, right? Because again, we are moving to a world where AI will to like do a lot of things, and it doesn't. It's going to also move into automation too. Anything currently, I mean, they've tested the beta. They've released the a beta version where you can actually prompt their AI to create workflows for you. So right now, what we do is we create these workflows manually. You are the one that's going to go to the canvas, grab this node, connect to the next one. Like right now, majority of building is you connecting these different things together, these different processes together to create a workflow. That is what we are currently doing. But anything on some versions already, right? If you go to anything, you see literally where you can. There's a version where you can prompt. So prompting is okay. See, you talk to the AI, and the AI is going to create what you need. Say for instance, now I want to say, okay, see, I want to create a workflow that when anyone fills my form, their details is automatically sent to my Google Sheets and I receive an email. So that's what I want to do, right? When anyone fills my form, those details that they filled are automatically populated. They're automatically filled in the database, let's say Google Sheets. Now, once they're filled in that database, I'll then receive an email. So right now, the process is okay. See, you go and grab a form, you connect it to a Google Sheets, and from Google Sheets, connect to a Gmail note. That is the manual process. Like, that's what we do on anything Canvas. But right now, there are procedures where you can just talk to AI. This is what I want to do. And I'm going to literally like grab those notes for you and create those connections such that all you need to do is basically just put your own credentials in and that is all. So that is the phase we are going into. So there's a need to learn prompt engineering. Like, see, you need to learn prompt engineering because it's just basically what the extent, and again, apart from even building workflows, right? The extent of the quality you get from any of the AIs you use or you interact with, whether that's ChatGPT, whether that's Claude, the extent of the quality of output you get from those LLMs, depends on the quality of prompt you provide them, right? So if you see that ChatGPT is not providing you the right things, more often than not, it's because you're not providing ChatGPT the right prompts, right? So there's just the need to learn prompt engineering. So when you learn anything, you learn all these things, you then need to learn prompt engineering, right? And again, part of technical skills is you have to develop. I mean, I think this naturally just happens the more practice and the more reps you put in where you start to learn to think in systems, right? You are not, and there's that transition. So currently, that I'm trying to go through. I'm trying to transition myself from just thinking in terms of, okay, see, give me this project, to thinking of in terms of being an AI partner for businesses. So that's the current transition. That is the phase I'm in my own journey. This is currently the 5th of November 2025. That is the phase I'm currently in, trying to transition where, because so far I've not been taking gigs. But I'm trying to transition myself and you can just go to my X, you'll see I posted a video about how I'm trying to do that, right? So yes, there's just that need. But that's an habit you build up with time, right? But you know better at least work on projects first, so you can then transition. But again, you have to also learn how to think in systems. So yeah, that is that. So what's the learning path? So yeah, you'll see that so I built the learning path into two, right? The free and then the one that you can pay for. Because I mean, not a lot of people like some people are not like they are not like flexible enough to like pay for something. So yes, you can still learn it very, very free. I'm not going to gaslight you. Don't let anybody gaslight you. Yes, you can learn automation for free. You can learn it and be very, very good at it. I'm not even trying to lie to you right now. You can learn it for free. Don't anybody say, oh, it's until you pay. No, you can learn it for free. Although paying actually just speeds up the process, right? Because when you're learning for free, you don't even know what is what, right? So you're just learning, like you have to like be sieving through different things. Which I mean, I'm trying to streamline those processes for you by doing this video, so you can just know, okay, this is what I need to do, right? But I mean, learning for free is just a bit slower. But yes, you can learn automation for completely free. You can be so good at it completely free. So how do you do that? So you see, I put some resources. For learning anything free, honestly, I think YouTube is the world's greatest library, right? Because I think I can learn almost anything on YouTube. You can honestly learn almost anything. So YouTube, yes, and yes, my page. I'm putting my page first because honestly, I mean, if I do say so myself, I think I do a very very fine job of explaining concepts. If I do say so myself, So, but the thing is, my page is actually a new page, so I do not have a lot of content produced yet. But the ones that are produced, you can always check them out. If you want to learn about data, learn about JSON, it's on my page. If you want to learn about APIs on my page. I built a Telegram personal assistant. So if you want to like that's what you want to do, it's on my page. And of course, I'm trying to produce a lot of content so that I have like more content for you guys to actually learn with. Right now, I don't have like plenty content yet, but trust me, honestly, I'm going to. You just grab the concept of my page, right? I try my best to explain it very, very simply. So you can always check my page out. Now, if you want to learn anything, anything has the official page of YouTube, where there's a beginner series, there's an advanced course, and they have like another playlist again, which is very, very good. But now this might not be exactly beginner friendly, right? So what you can do, if you don't find that content on my page, right? Again, you don't compare actually check my page out. It's not actually compulsory. But again, like I said, I think I do a very fine job by explaining these things. But because my page is a new page and there's not a lot of content yet, right? You can check out anything's official page. But now the caveat is that you might need to pair that with AI, right? You need to pair that with AI. So if you don't understand, as I'm watching the video, if you don't understand anything, you go and ask ChatGPT, okay, this is what I'm currently learning. In short, I mentioned this. Can you explain to me like I'm a 5-year-old? Use that. You see then at the end of the time, the AI is going to break it down very, very simply to you, right? And then it makes learning a lot more easier in case you're a beginner, you don't understand this concept that you're watching. So anytime official page talks about it, again, there's a beginner course, and that's a curriculum for you, right? You can also check the official page. They've broken everything down into a beginner and advanced course, which is a curriculum. So if people ask me what curriculum can I use to start, that's the curriculum. You check your official page on YouTube, it is there. Now, there are different master class on YouTube also. And these are people that actually helped me when I was starting to, there's Nate Herrick, there's John Catley, there's Nate Sarif. These people, like, I think to me anyway, they're like the top people in automation niche, right? So you can always check out that page. You can just type Nate Herrick. So you don't learn anything now. Because I think they major mostly on anything, right? So you check Nate Herrick, anything masterclass. You watch it, right? But as you are watching again, make it, pace yourself. Don't just, it might be a 2 hour videos. So don't watch videos. Study them. There's a difference between watching something and studying it. When you're watching, it's just basically on your screen or you're talking about. But when you want to study, right, you're actually, again, of course, you're paying full attention. But as you're mentioning something, you pause. Do you know it? If you don't know it, go and ask AI. I'm learning this. This is what was just mentioned. Explain to me like I'm a 5-year-old, and you want to study that. You can even brainstorm with ChatGPT. Okay, give me an answer, create questions for me to test my understanding. Once you are sure you understand that thing, okay, you can then continue the video and do it like that. And you find out that, see, although maybe they don't understand, but you are playing with AI, it just makes the learning process a lot more smoother, a lot more enjoyable for you. So yeah, there's this option also. So you can just, for Nitehek, just type Nitehek anytime masterclass. For Jono Catley, you type Jono Catley anytime masterclass. And for Nick Serif, you type Nick Serif anytime masterclass, right? So if you do all of this, I mean, and if you do it and then you're actually diligent and you don't deceive yourself, honestly, I think you do a very, very good job of understanding this concept. Now, so apart from YouTube, there's also, the official academies of these tools. For make.com, right? I know we talked about the different tools where I mentioned make.com is one of the automation tools. Here, and I told you we have three major tools, n8n, make.com, and Zapier. So they also have an official academy resource that you can actually use. You don't learn from their YouTube page, right? You don't learn from this YouTube page. You can use their official academy. And it is not binary. I'm not saying you can either use YouTube but don't use this. You can actually pair them. After YouTube, you can go and check the official academy. So for make.com, it is this, right? You can check out this site. You see that is their official academy. They are going to explain everything to you, which is another curriculum. For Zapier, check this site, learn.zapier.com. You see the official academy where you can learn in their curriculum. And since that is the official academy of that particular tool, I think what is there is that will be worth listening to or watching or reading. And for anything, you can check out this site too, right? They've just divided this to make it very easy for you. And again, you don't have to just use one. So once I done with YouTube, we can even now check, this end of these academies, go for more in-depth learning, right? Again, you have to love learning, be a student of the game forever. And again, I mentioned AI and how you can use AI. So there's ChatGPT, there's Grok, there's Claude, if you don't understand anything, just ask it, break it down for me very simply. And to do that, break it down for me very simply, it's going to do that for you. And so apart from that, right, learning automation, majority of the learning is building projects. So you can't just watch videos and say you've learned. You need to get your hands dirty. This is not a niche where you just watch videos. You won't learn that way, trust me. As you're watching videos, you go to the particular platform, So for anything, I don't know about Make or Zapier, but anything gives you a 2 weeks free trial. They give you a 2 weeks free trial. So you sign up with an email and then they give you a 2 weeks free trial. That 2 weeks you're going to build a lot of things, trust me. That 2 weeks is enough to build a lot of things, to build a lot of projects, even work to for your portfolio, to even just learn these things as you're learning them. So yes, just practice, but that is where the real learning, happens. And don't be overwhelmed when things don't work. Things don't work all the time. Even now, I have workflows that I debug. I have work people call me now, okay, see, can you help me debug this workflow? Work on a call together, we debug it. So it's a very, very normal process. When things don't work, that is when real learning actually even happens. Right? So don't be scared. Don't feel overwhelmed that okay, this is not working. Or like feeling overwhelmed is the price of entry, right? Like that is the normal thing. You feel overwhelmed, like it is normal to feel overwhelmed learning all of these things. So don't let that be the reason you say you want to quit or you want to get discouraged. Feeling overwhelmed is very, very normal. Trust me, it is very, very normal. It is extremely normal to feel overwhelmed. So don't ever let that reason, don't, sorry, don't ever let that be the reason you say you want to stop. Yes, so, yes, the feel overwhelmed is very, very normal. Now, so if you have the money, right, again, I think paying just speeds up the process for you. So if you have the money, you can invest in personal mentorships. And it doesn't have to be me necessarily, right? Anyone you feel like, okay, see, I think I like this person's style. I like this person's work ethic. I like this person's what he's doing, what she's doing. Pay him or her to teach you, right? Personal mentorships. And there are several academies also. There are several academies. Now, I just said I just finished teaching at an academy. So there are several academies to actually, pick up from where you okay, see, pay for this academy and you can learn from there. And there are boot camps also. So just do your research, know which one works for you. And then there's also Udemy too. There's also Udemy. So you can do either of that. So yes, this is with all of this now. I think you should be good to go. And yes, so please just enjoy lifelong learning, love research, right? And pay attention to all of these other things I've mentioned. There's a reason why I didn't just go straight to start talking about all of this first. Because you need to first know all these other things first. So you just know, okay, see, as I'm entering into this field, what am I getting myself into, right? Because again, it goes beyond the technical skills. It goes way beyond that. Technical skills to me is the easiest part and is the smallest part. The main ones are in all these other parts here, the marketing side of things. And all of these too. This is just get your mind right before you even start that you want to learn. So with this, I hope I've been able to at least help, even if it's just one person, right? You just okay, see, have a mental roadmap, have a mental structure. I hope this video has done that for you. And if you enjoy this content, please subscribe to the channel, like the videos. It really helps me a lot. It helps you to push my content to much more people, which I mean does a world of good, it basically does a world of good for me. So I want to really appreciate that. Please subscribe to the channel, um, like my videos. And if you want to build any AI project, you can always reach out to me. I'll be happy to help build one. Yeah, till next time. Thank you. Bye.